I'm a person that kind of taken a serendipitous path to where I am. So after graduating from University of Arizona with a BA in political science, I actually went on to get my graduate degree in international affairs from George Washington University. So I went to the Elliott School, and after that I came back to Arizona and worked for a company, Freeport-McMoRan. I was able to work in their HR group, but I worked overseas. So one of the things that I was able to take from U of A, my degree in political science, that I apply all the time, is basically how to identify an issue and come at an issue from multiple viewpoints. So one of the things is when you identify a problem, you want to make sure that you don't have any biases or you don't have a myopic view of what that issue or problem is. You want to take a really holistic view to identify what's the true cause or root cause of that problem. And that's served me well in business. Currently I work at Discount Tire. So for example, we roll out a new product, process, or technology for our employees. We want to make sure our employees can consume that information and adopt it so we can be successful at delivering value for our customers. So example of what that might be is we provide training or videos for awareness or working with leadership to make sure people understand the value of the initiative we're trying to accomplish. You have to be mindful of what you're actually good at and what you can add value to. And one of the things I've always been able to find is if I can increase my capabilities, I continue to learn, I can apply the things that I'm good at, I can figure out a niche where I can also be passionate about the work I do. So what I would say to people, if you're a recent grad, continue to learn, continue to increase your skill set, really understand what you want to accomplish, and then think about a plan to get there. And don't be afraid to deviate from that plan. But one of the most rewarding things in my career is I was able to work for an NGO called Africare. I was the Deputy Director of Business Development, and what we did was we had a mission to improve the lives of Africans. So I helped proposals and program development that would impact people in Africa. So I probably had a little too much fun at U of A. So if I'm a current student, I would say be serious about your degree and be serious about the opportunities that are afforded to you here. It's a wonderful university. There's great professors, there's great students that will form a network that will carry you. But don't take yourself too seriously. I mean, because it is important to not stress about every test. In 10 years, you're not gonna remember the final you didn't do so great on. You're gonna remember actually studying for that final with some people at 2 in the morning at the library. That's the thing that you'll take with you. And then also make sure that you start thinking about the network you build. I'm in close contact with a lot of my friends. I remain in contact with some of my professors. They've helped guide me. They've helped be sounding boards for professional advice, career advice, life advice. And so those relationships you build, that's something that you will take with you that will last a long time after you forget what you got on a test, in your second semester.